So it actually is, oddly enough, 1 o'clock in the morning after the first day of my 3 days of conferences. And this one was the partner program for bvoip. And bvoip is the vendor of choice for Simplex-IT, our partner regarding voice over IP, internet phones, whatever you want to call them, services. And there were about 30 of us all told. And essentially it was talking about VoIP services in terms of productivity, in terms of capacity, capabilities, so on and so forth. Because honestly, here at Simplex-IT, we really have not done anywhere near as good a job as we should have been doing in terms of talking to our both existing clients and potential clients about all of the power and benefits that we can bring in terms of not only making it so the phones ring and there's voicemail, but all sorts of other stuff. So I came away with a lot of knowledge of really benefits we could bring to clients without, and actually probably saving them money versus what their current telephony services are. Anyway, so that was cool. Then we went to dinner, and then after dinner, of course, did bar hopping because we're in Nashville. And here's the thing. You think, oh my God, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. You must have been out and partying and all of that. And yes, we did bar hop. Yes, we saw and heard some really good music, so on and so forth. And yes, I had a great steak dinner, courtesy of vendors who are more than willing to support this. But had some really good conversations, both with vendors as well as with other MSPs, about what we need to do in order to bring more and better and stronger value to our clients. Because at the end of the day, when you talk to mature, and by that I mean experienced MSPs, managed service providers, one of the biggest challenges we have is, what is the value proposition that we bring to our clients? How do we make their mission of providing goods and services a more successful one? And it was great to have some just informal conversations about how to do that, and came away with some good ideas. And I also think we shared some good ideas as far as what Simplex-IT does. Anyway, so we're not doing a single video for each day. We're basically going to do one video, or actually 3 videos spliced together, about the conferences I'm at. And this was for day 1. Let's see about day 2. Okay, I'm actually recording this on Thursday morning, but this is a recap of what happened yesterday, which was day 1 of the MSP Initiative Conference, day 2 of my journey, because bvoip Partner Conference, and I feel like a time traveler that has a broken time machine, but still pretends like I'm time traveling. Anyway, so yesterday was essentially my formal participation in the event, since I did part of a panel discussion, and really it was a town hall. Now, those of you who follow me, seriously, you need a life, know that I usually am talking strictly about co-managed IT services, and like in this particular case, though, it was really more just a town hall talking about, and actually a lot of conversations, some really, really good questions from the panel, or excuse me, from the audience, and actually it was just questions from the audience for myself and the other 4 panelists, really talking about how we manage our tool stack. Now, the tool stack, at the end of the day, a managed service provider, and actually internal IT by the same token, we're there to make sure that our client, in some cases the employer, essentially is able to be as productive and secure through the use of information technology, IT. But how do we do that? We do that through the skills and use of our employees, and we also do that through the use of the tools, and it's a combination thereof. Why do we spend so much time sharpening the axe? Because we want the axe to be as effective as possible. And a lot of the conversation really was around not only how do we select, but how do we manage the tool set, the collection of tools that we use to provide goods and services, and how do we manage modifications to that tool stack. And that's something we actually at Simplex, we've been dealing with for several years since we introduced the model program. So our services evolved from model 22, 23, 24, so on and so forth. And it was interesting because part of the conversation, or the questions that was brought up, was how do we make sure that the client is on board with these changes that we do. When we move from product A to product B, we add service C, we do whatever. And one of the things, and this got back into one of the keynote conversations that happened with Juan Fernandez, and he and I talked about it between the two talks, is that recognition that MSPs, and I say actually all IT people, are in a situation where we have to continually evolve and continually educate ourselves and our organizations and our clients, because IT is not standing still. And we tend to not talk about that enough because it's like, it's a complicated prospect. And also because we're not doing it as well as we should be to a large degree. And that includes yours truly. And we're in a position now where we've been spending the last, 9 months or so, really looking for how do we do a better job at improving not only better tools, more accurate, more productive tools, but also better use of the tools, and making sure that the workforce knows how to use them. By workforce, I mean not only our technicians, but also the clients. That's why we're adding more and more how do I videos. We're adding more and more, we're back to doing webinars, but only for our clients so that they know how to do things better. We have monthly meetings with the technical staff here so we can make sure that we're on the right path as far as making changes. And we're already seeing the results. And we'll continue to do so. And here's the thing. I still think we were already doing a better job than most MSPs. Sorry, folks. But we also recognize the fact we still need to do better. And got some great ideas from some other MSPs as far as some things that they're doing and some ways that they're approaching it. And especially a couple MSPs who are also doing EOS, who are also doing really doubling down on their implementation of frameworks. And so really good conversations along those lines. And of course, you had the obligatory, hey, let's go out and let's wander about and have conversations. There were about 30 of us out in the streets of Nashville. And it was really had a intense conversation. I mean that in every good way. With an MSP for about 20 minutes or so at like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, completely sober. But we were really doubling down on how do we converse with people about the various ways that we can actually deliver the goods and services. And really was a great reminder to me of the core of whether it's a managed service or a co-managed service or a co-mets or a silo IT or a subscription or a outright purchase. At the end of the day, it's that relationship with the client and their resources to make them more productive. Hero's journey, if you will. And by the way, spoiler alert, you're going to hear a couple of podcasts talking about hero's journey as it relates to not just IT, but the client's use of IT and the client's use of IT, and how the hero's journey is being both just totally inappropriately used and very appropriately used to both talk about what we do and what we need to do, but also what we need to help our clients do. So really good conversations along those lines. So that was pretty much day one of the MSP initiative. I was able to throw around some of my I Don't Want Your Job books, and I'll continue to do that. Some other good sessions going on, and today will be the second day, the last day of the event, and then Friday I will be heading home. So that's what I got going on. Talk to you soon.